Hello my friends, it's Marcelina and welcome to my alternative YouTube channel where we learn all about creating content, creativity, self-development and running a YouTube channel. In today's episode, I'm going to share with you 5 script writing tips that will help you record better videos. I strongly believe that having a ready script before you start recording can save you a lot of time, improve the structure of your videos, which would also increase your watch time and help you avoid mistakes and chaos. I divided this episode into 5 chapters, all of which may be treated as a step-by-step script writing tutorial. I basically follow this order every time I write my scripts because it works really well for me. However, feel free to change it in any way so it will better suit your needs. So let's take a look at the first tip. Having one dedicated space for your YouTube scripts might seem unnecessary at the beginning. However, the more videos you're going to create, the more materials you will gather, which can easily get messy and turn into one big chaos. When I first started with my Polish YouTube channel, my notes, ideas, bits and pieces could be found everywhere, from my phone to colorful notes stuck to my desk. So when I actually wanted to gather everything into a well-structured script, I was wasting time trying to find and then put them in a logical order. As soon as I realized that, I decided to create an organized system and flock all of my scripts together into one place, preferably somewhere I can always reach out to. Your dedicated space can actually have 2 forms. Digital, like Google Drive, Notion, or notes on your phone, and physical, like a notebook. All of those options are great, but you have to make sure you stick to maximum 2. Using Google Drive is, in my opinion, the easiest way and the most accessible. For this channel, I created a YouTube folder in which I added another one called Episodes, where I keep all of my scripts. Not all of them are finished, some have only the titles, but any moment I have a bit of time to work on them, all I need to do is just go online on my laptop or on my phone. However, I also use a notebook, not for writing a script, but rather sketching an outline for it, which I will talk about a bit more in the 3rd chapter of this video. Before we move on, let me give you 3 important reasons for writing and keeping your scripts in one digital place. This is based on my experience with the other YouTube channel, and trust me, it makes things so much easier and much more time efficient. The first reason is that you should link to your other episodes in your videos so that people can watch and learn more from you. You want to keep them on your channel for as long as possible, and all you've got to do is to have a list of your scripts in front of you when you are recording your video, so you know which topics are relatable to what you are talking about at the moment. You can add up to 5 links in one video, but make sure that you only mention previous episodes if it actually makes sense. The next reason is that you will often get comments under your old videos about some details you covered in those videos. At least that happens to me sometimes. And instead of watching the whole video all over again, because trust me, after a while you will completely forget what you've recorded in your previous episodes, you just open up your script and search for a paragraph or a keyword. This way you immediately know what the question relates to, and it's easier and faster to answer it. And the 3rd reason is that you can easily check whether you've already covered a particular topic or not yet. It's easy to repeat yourself in every other video, especially when you have a narrow niche, and you don't want to do that because you will simply bore your subscribers. A much better way is to link to your previous videos. In case you have any doubts, simply check your video titles and then quickly go through the scripts you are unsure of. Now let's move on to tip number 2. Before I search for anything on the internet, I like to dig deep into my memory and use my creativity skills. This way I'm not under the influence of others until I actually decide to get inspired. It helps to stay original and authentic because you are not solely relying on the ideas of other creators, and these are, in my opinion, key factors to keep your audience interested. So what I recommend to do is to first write down themes, topics, keywords related to what you want your videos to be about. Next, brainstorm topic ideas. However, don't limit yourself, just write down everything that comes to your mind. And only after this brainstorming session, do your research. That's the part where you can look up what others are doing, check what people are searching for, what could be the best topics at the moment and the nearest future to make your videos on, and also master your SEO, which I'm gonna create a whole video about in the future. And lastly, based on your research and ideas you wrote down, make a list of 10 to 20 best topics for your videos. I remember when I first created a list of 100 topics for my Polish YouTube channel. It was helpful for my first 10 to 15 videos, and then I stopped using it because I had other ideas, or my subscribers started to suggest what I should make my next video about, etc. Nowadays, as soon as I have an idea, I create a new Google document and title it accordingly, just like that. An outline is basically your script divided into paragraphs or chapters, whatever you would like to call them. Writing an outline is a must, trust me. It's so much easier and faster to record your video with an outline in front of you. If you don't like writing or you are very chatty, so you'd rather just go with the flow instead of following a script, you're still gonna benefit from having the key points noted down. For some creators, that's all they need. Just making sure they know the chronology of the episode and that they don't miss any important information. For others, like me, it's only the beginning. What's more, I always write my outline on the paper and then I often transcribe it onto my computer, which helps me to organize it well, but it's really up to you where you would like to write it. So, what to include in your outline? Bullet point the most important things you must cover in your video. Write down keywords or even sentences to remind you what to talk about. And finally, put it all in chronological order to avoid chaos. Let me show you how an outline for this video looks like. It's quite extensive. Sometimes I write shorter ones, but it really depends on the topic. Sometimes I already have the whole episode in my mind, and it's step-by-step structure, so an outline looks almost like a script. To help you with writing an outline, I created a template of an engaging YouTube video that you can follow to make sure your episode is interesting and well structured. People don't like it when there's too much chaos, so the easier your videos are to follow, even when they are educational ones like mine, the more drowned the audience will be. In order to ensure that, your video could look like this. It starts with a quick intro so the viewer knows who you are and if the video is the right choice. Next, there's a description of the problem or upcoming events in a way that the viewer can relate to them. Then a quick summary of what to expect in the video, a presentation of the solution to the problem or showing transformation, and at last a quick thank you. As you've probably noticed, there are 3 parts that must be quick. So, intro, summary and outro. And 2 that should engage and draw the viewer's attention, and both types appear alternately. This is only an example, however, when I tested this model on my own videos on my Polish channel, they seem to keep the viewer's attention very well. So if you like step-by-step tips to follow, this checklist will come in handy. Writing the script can actually be the hardest part. I know it's very difficult, especially when, like me, you also work full-time or you are a busy mom, need to study or whatever duties you have, because you will need at least 2-3 hours to write it, and I'm not counting the time of the previous 4 steps. Finding 2-3 hours in your day may seem even impossible, so you will have to split the writing up. I usually write the script for 2 days. As soon as my research is done and outline ready, I simply put my thoughts on paper. In a way, I like to explain the topic to my friend. I want to be a triple C, as I like to call it: concise, clear and casual. I use Google Docs to create my scripts there, and once I start typing, it mostly goes smoothly. To be honest, I really enjoy that flow I get, usually after around 1 written page. That's the moment when I feel the most inspired, and I can't wait to transform my script into an actual episode. And as I write, I can see myself speaking about it to you. So the 3 things to do with your script are: write down whatever comes to your mind, make it sound natural, like a speech. Read it out loud to check if it sounds good. See if there is a place to mention your other videos. However, the most difficult part is to motivate yourself to start writing. You can set a specific time every week when you're gonna sit down in front of your computer to work a bit. If you feel more creative in the morning, try to get up a little bit earlier. If you're more of a nighttime person, plan your writing sessions in the evening. I actually write whenever I have time, as it became more of a habit to me, but more about motivation, or rather building habits, I will cover in my future episodes. If this is a topic that would interest you, please let me know in the comments below. I really hope that these 5 tips will help you speed up your video creation process. It really is so much easier and faster to record when you know exactly what you're gonna talk about. And it's also quicker to edit the recording later on. If you know or use any other tips, please feel free to share them in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching, it means the world to me. If you like this video, please leave the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more of this type of content. See you in the next one. Bye!